There is a machine sitting in millions of homes, laundromats, gyms, and dormitories across this entire country that contains some of the most underestimated survival materials you will ever encounter. Engineered to withstand thousands of repeated stress cycles, built with precision tolerances that would make a machinist nod in respect. And absolutely nobody, not a single person, is going to think of it as a supply source when the infrastructure fails because it's a washing machine, and a washing machine is for laundry. And laundry isn't survival. And so every front loader, every top loader, every broken machine abandoned in a basement or sitting silent in a neglected apartment will be torn apart for scrap metal, melted down for its steel casing, or left to rust in a junkyard by people who have no idea that they just discarded a carefully engineered resource depot worth more in actual survival materials than most preppers will accumulate. Years of conscious effort. A washing machine is not an appliance. It is a precision-engineered suspension system containing industrial-grade springs under constant tension, hardened steel components designed to handle loads that would destroy lesser materials, and suspension mechanisms that operate under thousands of pounds of combined mechanical force. The reason these components are built to such exacting specifications is that a washing machine must function flawlessly through hundreds of thousands of cycles. The drum spins at speeds that generate centrifugal forces of multiple Gs. The suspension system absorbs shocks and vibrations that would tear apart anything built to lower standards. The springs maintain their elasticity through temperature changes, moisture exposure, and decades of repeated flexing. Everything inside a washing machine was engineered for reliability under stress. In a collapse scenario, that over-engineering makes every component dramatically superior to improvised alternatives. Here are 5 of them. Thing number 1, the suspension springs. A typical washing machine contains 4 to 6 heavy-duty suspension springs strategically positioned to support the entire weight of the wash drum. Tub assembly and motor. Each of these springs is manufactured from hardened steel, specifically formulated alloys engineered for maximum fatigue resistance and elastic return. These are not the flimsy springs you'll find in a ballpoint pen. These are industrial-grade components designed to handle dynamic loads exceeding 200 to 300 pounds per cycle, thousands of times per year. A single washing machine suspension spring can absorb and release energy equivalent to what a human would need significant mechanical advantage to compress manually. The steel used in these springs is specifically hardened through heat treatment processes that align the crystal structure of the metal to resist repeated bending without permanent deformation. This is the difference between a spring that works for years and one that snaps after a few uses. The metallurgical quality of these springs exceeds anything you'll improvise from scrap metal in a survival scenario. In a collapse context, these springs become tools. The metal itself, high-carbon hardened steel, can be worked into useful forms. A single suspension spring contains enough material to craft a snare trigger mechanism, a trap spring, or a compression device. The elasticity is already engineered into the material. You don't have to figure out how to heat treat steel or temper it to the correct hardness. That work was already done at the factory. A person who understands how to work metal could fashion these springs into small game traps that would be nearly impossible to construct from raw materials. The spring tension is predictable, reliable, and proven through thousands of cycles. Beyond toolmaking, these springs have direct survival applications. A washing machine spring can serve as the tension mechanism for a crossbow or bow and arrow system. The consistent elasticity means consistent force, which translates to consistent accuracy and power. The springs can be repurposed into mechanical advantage systems for leverage-based tools. They can be incorporated into water-lifting mechanisms or used as the return spring in a deadfall trap large enough to take substantial game. A standard set of 4 washing machine springs represents the equivalent of months of trial-and-error experimentation trying to bend and shape raw steel into something with predictable mechanical properties. Thing number 2. The motor assembly and bearings beneath the wash tub of every washing machine sits an electric motor, typically a fractional horsepower unit designed to run continuously without overheating. Mechanical failure. This motor is connected to the wash drum through a transmission and gearbox system. While the motor itself requires electricity to function, the mechanical components surrounding it contain materials that are extraordinarily valuable in a post-collapse scenario. The motor contains a shaft and multiple bearing assemblies. These bearings are precision-manufactured components using hardened steel races and ball bearings. Ball bearings are one of the most elegant mechanical solutions ever invented, a series of hardened steel spheres rolling between two precisely machined steel rings, allowing smooth, low-friction rotation under load. The quality of these bearings is exceptional because a washing machine motor must run reliably through thousands of hours of operation without maintenance. In survival terms, ball bearings become irreplaceable for any mechanical system that requires rotating motion with minimal friction. A hand-cranked water pump needs bearings. A wind-powered generator needs bearings. A mechanical advantage system incorporating a wheel and axle needs bearings. Without precision bearings, you're creating friction-heavy systems that require enormous effort to operate. With bearings, the same system operates smoothly and efficiently. A single washing machine motor assembly contains at least a half-dozen precision bearings, each one representing countless hours of engineering refinement. Beyond the bearings themselves, the motor contains a substantial steel shaft. This is solid hardened steel, typically between 1/2 inch and 3/4 of an inch in diameter, and anywhere from 12 to 18 inches in length. The tolerance on this shaft is exacting. If it were even slightly bent or out of round, the motor would vibrate and fail. That means you have a piece of metal that is already straight, already hardened, already precisely dimensioned. You can use this shaft directly as an axle for a wheel system, as the core of a grinding mechanism, or as the foundation for any rotational mechanical system. The work of straightening, hardening, and dimensioning metal is already complete. Thing number 3, the transmission assembly and gears. The transmission in a washing machine is a marvel of mechanical engineering, a system of gears, shafts, and clutches that translates the motor's rotation into the precise sequence of movements required. Wash tub rotation in one direction, pause, spin in the opposite direction, drain, and then high-speed spin. All of this happens automatically through a mechanical sequence that requires no electronic input once set in motion. The transmission contains cast aluminum gears of varying sizes, each one precisely machined to specifications such that they mesh together without slop or backlash. The gear ratios are calculated to provide specific mechanical advantage and rotational speeds. A small pinion gear on the motor shaft drives progressively larger gears, which increase torque while reducing speed. This is fundamental mechanics. And it's already built, already tested, already functioning. In a survival or post-collapse scenario, gears become essential components for any mechanical system requiring speed conversion or torque multiplication. A hand-cranked device needs gears if you want to convert the speed of human hand motion into usable force at a different speed. A wind generator needs gears to convert low-speed, high-torque wind motion into high-speed generator rotation. A water wheel needs gears to transfer mechanical energy efficiently. Finding or fabricating gears with precision tolerances in a collapse scenario is extraordinarily difficult. Machining gears requires specialized equipment, knowledge, and materials. But a washing machine transmission already contains multiple gears, each one functionally proven. The aluminum used in these gears is cast aluminum, stronger than pure aluminum, but still workable with hand tools. The size of these gears varies from small pinions to larger driven gears, providing multiple options for different mechanical applications. A person could extract these gears intact and use them directly in a new mechanical system. Or, if melted down carefully, the aluminum could be recast into new shapes. Either way, you have a source of metal already refined and shaped through industrial processes. Thing number 4, the suspension rods and stabilization system beyond the springs. A washing machine employs a sophisticated suspension and stabilization system using rods, balls, and damping mechanisms to prevent the spinning drum from making the entire machine vibrate excessively. This system includes suspension rods made of steel and plastic, typically 4 of them positioned at the corners of the machine, connecting the drum assembly to the outer frame. Each suspension rod contains a metal component, usually a hardened steel rod or cylinder, surrounded by rubber and plastic bushings. The metal rod itself is precisely dimensioned and often already pre-threaded or fitted with attachment points. These rods are designed to flex and absorb shock without permanent deformation. The engineering that goes into creating a bushing material that will remain effective through millions of cycles of compression and release is substantial. The rubber or polymer used maintains its elasticity and doesn't harden or crack over time like inferior materials would. These suspension rods have direct survival applications. In a water collection or filtration system, you might need a frame that flexes slightly under load but returns to original shape. You might need linkage rods for a mechanical system that need to absorb and transmit force without binding. The material quality and dimensional accuracy already present in washing machine suspension rods makes them superior to anything you could fabricate from raw materials. You could disassemble these rods and use the steel components directly, or use them as is if your application aligns with their original design. The damping mechanisms in the suspension system also contain value. Some washing machines use a friction-based damping system similar to a disc brake, with springs pushing pads against metal plates to absorb vibrational energy. This same principle could be adapted to any mechanical system requiring vibration control or shock absorption. The components are already engineered and proven functional. Thing number 5, the wiring, electrical connectors, and copper conductors throughout a washing machine runs an extensive network of electrical wiring, connectors, and copper conductors. While the electrical system itself requires electricity to function, the physical materials have significant value. This includes heavy-gauge copper wiring running from the motor to the power connection, wiring throughout the control systems, and various electrical connectors and terminals. Copper is one of the few metals that becomes more valuable in a collapse scenario. Copper conducts electricity more efficiently than almost any other material and doesn't corrode easily in most conditions. It can be hammered, drawn into wire, melted and recast, or used in its current form. A washing machine contains anywhere from several pounds to over 10 pounds of copper in various forms: wire, connectors, electrical contacts, and internal components. But the value goes deeper than just raw material. The wiring in a washing machine is already insulated with specialized rubber or plastic formulation designed to resist moisture, heat, and mechanical wear. The gauges are appropriate for the amperage they carry. The lengths are already determined by the functional requirements of the machine. Someone building an electrical system in a collapse scenario would benefit enormously from salvaging and repurposing this wiring rather than trying to strip insulation from random electrical scrap and hoping it meets specifications. The electrical connectors, the female sockets and male plugs that join various components, are manufactured to precise standards, ensuring reliable connection and disconnection without damage. These connectors can be carefully removed and repurposed in homemade electrical systems. They're already proven to work reliably through repeated connection cycles. Finding or fabricating equivalent connectors in a survival scenario would require tools and knowledge most people don't possess. The most valuable electrical component is often the power cord itself, a heavy-gauge conductor wrapped in a tough outer jacket with a polarized or grounded plug already attached. This is essentially ready-made electrical infrastructure. If you have an electrical system running on alternative power, a washing machine's power cord becomes a valuable pre-made conduit for delivering current from your power source to your appliances. The psychological advantage of recognition here is the critical insight that separates a successful scavenger from one who walks past value without recognizing it. When infrastructure fails, the person who spots a washing machine as a parts depot rather than as broken appliance gains an enormous advantage. They will systematically extract suspension springs, gears, ball bearings, copper wiring, and steel components, while everyone else is looking for guns, ammunition, and canned food. The person who understands that a washing machine transmission contains more useful mechanical components than a hardware store shelf will think differently about every appliance, every vehicle, every complex machine. They will see value where others see only recycling material. This is not a small advantage. This is the difference between improvising inferior tools and solutions versus employing engineering-refined components that took teams of specialists and industrial manufacturing to create. Every washing machine will be available in abundance when the collapse occurs. They're in every neighborhood. They're in apartments, houses, laundromats, dormitories, and gyms. They're in storage units and junkyards. The supply is essentially unlimited. But the demand for these components, the actual recognition of their value, will be nearly zero among people focused only on obvious survival supplies. Final reframe: what a washing machine actually is in the moment of infrastructure collapse. A washing machine stops being an appliance and becomes something entirely different. It becomes a materials repository. It becomes a source of precision-engineered components that would take months to fabricate, years to develop expertise in creating, and industrial equipment to manufacture properly. Inside that machine are hardened steel springs that represent generations of metallurgical knowledge, gears that embody the science of mechanical advantage, ball bearings that demonstrate principles of physics refined through centuries of engineering, electrical components that connect power sources to systems with reliable efficiency, and copper wiring that moves electricity from one place to another without loss or danger. The person who walks into an abandoned building after collapse and sees a washing machine the way a machinist sees it, not as a defunct appliance, but as an organized collection of survival-critical components, will have resources. They will have tools they could never fabricate. They will have materials engineered to withstand stresses and cycles that would destroy inferior alternatives. They will have mechanical systems already solved that others will spend months trying to invent. A washing machine is not a musical instrument. It is not an appliance. It is a precision-engineered machine built by teams of specialists using industrial processes to create components capable of performing reliably under stress. And when the world falls apart, it becomes one of the most valuable supply depots sitting in plain sight, ignored by everyone who doesn't understand what they're looking at. The advantage is yours the moment you do.